Welcome to the Embracing Your Unlimited Possibilities podcast, the podcast that will rock your world. I am Carol A. Briney, and I am honored and humbled to be your host on this journey. It is my passion to help you to hear and follow your inner guidance so that you can live the life of your dreams. This podcast asks the question, do you remember who you were before everyone told you who you should be? I am here to remind you of your intimate connection to Source. You, my friend, are a divine being, having a human experience here on Earth, not the other way around. And just in case you cannot see the divine in yourself, I will be here to hold that vision for you until you can see it too. Joyous greetings and welcome to the Embracing Your Unlimited Possibilities podcast. I am your host, Carol A. Briney, and I am thrilled to be here with you as we walk down our path of never-ending joyous expansion together. A little housekeeping before we start today. Please take a moment to rate, review, and leave comments at the end of the podcast, no matter what channel you're listening to it on. This podcast is on lots and lots and lots of different channels, and I appreciate your comments on all of them. Today, we're going to talk about how we create our own reality and trusting that process. The hardest lesson I have had to learn in my life is that I do indeed create my own reality. Wow, I thought that for a long time. And my guess is that you are fighting that fact right now to some degree too. Knowing that you create your own life, your own reality, is both thrilling and sucks at the same time, because we don't want to believe that we create the challenges that are in our life. But guess what? We do. I was taught as a small child that my life and how it unfolded was pretty much out of my control. I'm guessing that you were taught a lot along that line too. The control was all in the fight between God and the devil, both wanting me to do things their way. What I have since learned in my 30-plus years of study is that there are many religious dogmas that tell you and keep telling you ad nauseum that you are a sinner. You should fear the God that created you, and you must struggle and sacrifice enough in this life to get what you want while you're on this earth. And then maybe, just maybe, if you're good enough, you might get into heaven when you die. Well, oddly enough, when you study the Bible from a different interpretation, you learn that Jesus never said any of these things in the way that they are so often taught by many religious people. Before I get started on what I believe Jesus said, what I have found from my years of study, I would like to start with the passage from the Bible that states, "You can't put old wine in new skins. It just won't work. No matter how hard you try, you can't put new wine, you can't put old wine in new skins. You just can't." What I understand that passage to mean is that we must let go of our old beliefs. We must be willing to learn something new if we want to have something new. And new things can be scary. Once again, all I offer you here is to listen and feel this message inside of you. Feel if it is right for you. Meditate on it. Think on it. Ask your inner divine wisdom if this message makes sense. Does it resonate with who you feel that you really are deep inside? Your divine wisdom will never, and I do mean never, lead you astray. So if you are ready to journey with me for a while, keep listening. It's time that we all stop giving our power away to those who choose to keep us stuck in their very own ruts. It's time we started to trust the process and to know that we do in fact create our own lives, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the wonderful. Our thoughts, our visions, and our actions make it happen. So what did Jesus say in the Bible? Jesus said in John 17, "They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world." He also said, "Your faith will make you whole." He said, "I am an eternal being, and so are you." He said in John 14:12, "Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works that I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these." He said in Corinthians 3:16, "Know that you are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwells within you." I could go on, but you are starting to get the idea. The Bible is a very important book, but even more important is how we interpret it. Are we listening to all the fearful messages that people want us to hear so that we keep living small and in fear and in truth, giving other people our power? Or are we listening to the powerful message that Jesus wanted us to hear? The message of stop living in fear. The message that the divine presence is always within you. There is no place that God stops and you go on. Since it is all there is, since God is all there is, everything is God. Since God resides inside of us, we are the living tabernacle. We are what we are by virtue of the state of our consciousness. We create our own reality by our beliefs, visions, and actions. So what are you believing about yourself and the world? Are you believing in your own power, or are you giving your power to someone else? Are you trusting the process, the divine process? Or are you worrying, striving, sacrificing, and suffering? You, my marvelous, magnificent, and magical friend, are always rewarded by what you are conscious of. So why not let go of what you are aware of being, your reality today, and claim what you choose to be and how you choose to live? Live with the end in mind. Stop fussing over what's happening today. If you are not satisfied with your current situation, you must rise above it. Now is the time to take your attention away from how things currently are. It's time to raise your vibration and raise your consciousness to what you would like to have, to what you want to see. See, you cannot serve two masters. If you want a different life, you must vision it in as much detail as possible, using as much feeling as you can muster. You can't serve two masters, the old master of life the way you don't want it, and the new master of life the way you do want it. By visioning, feeling, and acting the way you choose for things to be, you will change things. They will manifest. Do this over and over again. Visioning how your life is, how you want it to be, not how it is today, but it needs to be in the present, so how your life is. When you vision, you must feel it in the present tense. Do not say, when this happens, I hope it happens, I wish it would happen, well, maybe I'll give it a try. Do not say if it is God's will. Remember, Jesus said, "It is my Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." So, my friend, what does that leave out? What does that leave out? It is my Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Create your own vision from the present moment. Think of it from the I am. Believe that it has already happened, and then go about your day living in the most positive way you can. Don't spend 1 second worrying or thinking about how it will happen. Just learn to believe that it will happen. Trust the process. The universe knows how to do everything else. It knows all the details. Trust the process, and listen for the clues that will come from within. You will hear things like go here, go there, do this, read that. You might even hear take a nap or go play with the kids, go for a walk. I don't know what your next step will be, but I know that if you trust the process, the divine will make it happen. It just will be. Once you believe, once you vision, and once you know for sure. I, my friends, am sending you all green lights as you create the life of your dreams. Follow your bliss and trust the process. And so, until next time. It's time to say so long for another day. Remember, you, my friend, are an awesome, wonderful, delightful, caring, fabulous, beautiful, giving, superfine, divine being here on this planet to enjoy your ever-expanding possibilities. Follow your bliss. Allow your light to shine, and by doing so, you are automatically giving your best to the world. So until next time, when we will be discussing your unlimited possibilities, namaste.